So I have 4 countries in Africa where I am actively putting money into the pockets of women, supporting the arts, supporting traditional arts, supporting contemporary arts, and helping people eat from my client base that's in the US. I think this is what I was born to do. I was born to help women get paid from all over Africa, getting money from all over the rest of the world. I just feel like I'm truly in a flow state. This is some of the best feeling work ever. Hello. As you guys know, your girl has expanded her supply chain into Nigeria. I don't know if you guys saw my super stunning birthday dress, but that came from Abuja, a designer in Abuja. I sent her my measurements. She had made the outfit in 3 days and then shipped it to me, and it arrived literally 2 hours before my birthday party. And I just want to say that really speaks to the high quality of what is coming out of the continent right now, and also the services that we are providing from the continent to the rest of the world. Because this was my first time shopping with her. If the dress didn't come, I was just gonna wear any old dress for my birthday, and your girl was stunning, honey. So it's been so special to me that I expanded into Nigeria, which makes now 4 solid countries on my supply chain. We have Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya. So anyways, I say all of that to say I wanted to make this video real quick. Clearly, I'm not in my normal office. I'm at my gym, actually, but I'm just trying to get used to giving y'all the information even when I may not be perfect. So anyways, okay. I'm at my gym, I'm in a swimsuit, I'm working by the pool. I really want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Number one, I reopened my workshop called Wholesale Plug Africa Edition. I held it 3 times last year, and I'm holding it again in the spring this year. Well, it's summertime now, but I'm holding it again this year just as a way to help people who have ethical businesses, who want to offer products from Africa, who want to work with African makers, or maybe you just like to shop a lot and you're curious about the experience of finding reputable businesses and doing business with other companies in Africa on the continent. Truly, I don't know anybody who's doing it like me. It's so funny that people got away with calling Africa a country, right? Or treating Africa like it was a country, because already people and individuals are different. Then you have tribal differences and cultural differences. But within each country, like the behaviors and the things that you have to do, the way that you move and operate, it's so different in each country. So Wholesale Plug is going to be an excellent resource. The webinar, we spend an hour talking about things. I send you the notes, and then if you have additional questions or things you want me to find out for you, like, I'm your girl. If any of that sounds interesting to you, register for Wholesale Plug. I'm gonna put the link in the bio, or in the, what do I put the link in YouTube? Just in the notes, the caption, the summary. Look for the link, okay? It's here. So as I prepare for Wholesale Plug, I put together a super cute, high-level Instagram carousel with some of the differences that I'm dealing with in these different countries. So definitely take a look at that if you're on my Instagram. But if you're not, I just want to kind of talk to you in this YouTube video. And of course, everything that I discuss in this YouTube video, you'll get it and more for Wholesale Plug, because I'm truly in an over-delivering space right now. I just want all my clients to be so satisfied. I want there to be no question about the quality of the work that I'm putting out there. So hopefully this video is very helpful for you. And if you want more, there's always Wholesale Plug. So let's get into it. The first country that I ever sourced in was Liberia. I'm from Liberia, so it was truly special for me. I came home from one Christmas in 2010. I remember it like it was yesterday. I don't even know if that place is still there, but I can see it like it was yesterday. Coming up Cam Johnson Road, turning left on Benton Street, and the store was on the left-hand side, and they had these dresses hanging up. And I was like, oh, that dress is really pretty. We kept driving past, and I was like, we got to stop and get that dress. So I bought that dress, and this is back 2010. It's not like it is now where there's tons of African designers that do contemporary pieces. If there were, you weren't able to see it because Instagram wasn't like it is now. I don't even know if there was Instagram back then. That's crazy how old I am. Oh my God. Right now, there are tons of fantastic African designers. Back then, what we would do was the tailor shops would have posters, right? And the poster would have maybe 30 different pictures of women in different African print dress styles. And you would take your fabric to the tailoring shop and say, I want this dress, and he would make it for you. Now, we have all kinds of high-end photo shoots, everything, right? So the world looks very different now in fashion than it did then. So I bought 5 dresses, went back to America, asked my friends, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Sold those dresses so fast. So then I had called my dad and I was like, Dad, I need some more dresses. Like, the girlies are loving these dresses. So he sent me 20 more. I don't even remember how I got this suitcase of 20 more dresses, but my dad worked it out for me. May he rest in peace. He believed in me from before there was a Bombchel, a Mango Rags, anything, when it was just Archel selling dresses. He sent me 20 dresses. I had a cocktail party in my apartment on Peachtree Road in Atlanta. My sisters were putting on the dresses, and as they would put the dresses on just to show people what it would look like, girls were like, oh no, I want that dress. So my sisters were changing dresses the whole evening, and we sold out of all the dresses. So it was such a fun time. I say that to say I've been doing this business for 16 years now. Right? I've been doing this business for 16 years now, and I've just seen a lot of things change, but I've also had to become adaptable to everybody's different cultures and how they move. And so that, I think, is really why it's so funny, because the more I source, the more I realize can't nobody do it like I do. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way, but truthfully, the experience that I have has allowed me to serve clients in a way that most people can never, period. So Liberia is a really special place. The pros of working in Liberia, because Liberia is Africa's oldest republic, there's been money flowing through the years, okay? I'm not gonna say they've always had money. We kind of poor right now, but there's been money flowing through the years. And so you can tell with a lot of the workmanship that they really like nice things. So when you're looking for a really good custom piece, there are a lot of tailors and designers there that are doing really beautiful work. Another pro of working in Liberia is, since it's small, you can get things turned around rather quickly. Like Nigeria, 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 Africans is from Nigeria. So there are a lot of people, there's a lot of work to be had. But in Liberia, the market is smaller. So for me, if I need a dress in 3 days, it can happen with ease. Maybe I'm paying a little bit extra because that's one of the cons. Liberia is so expensive, and I'm not going to say I don't know why. It's because everything is imported and it's not great. The fabric being imported to Liberia is not always the best. I find better Ankara or batiks or things like that in Ghana and Nigeria, just because they're making things there, and also the market, they're importing more. So if ever I need to make something in bulk and I need it to be the same pattern, it's a little bit harder for me to buy bulk fabric there because we're not getting as much of the product. Another hard thing about Liberia is the local post. I have shipped using the local post, and it took about 3 weeks to get something, and I got the parcel, I did, but 3 weeks is just too long. You know, you have to, if I'm working with a Chinese company, I understand 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but it's not exciting when you're doing small batch. And that's for samples and for big orders. For Liberia, your local post shouldn't take that long. In China, it takes 3 to 4 weeks because that's how long the manufacturing takes. In Liberia, the manufacturing will be 3 days, but if you don't have a friend who can bring it for you, gosh, it'll be a month before you see your product just because of the post. So a lot of things when I'm shipping from Liberia, DHL. That's really the best way to do it, is DHL. Okay, on to Ghana. It's the first country that I expanded to. I was seeing some beautiful, beautiful batiks in Ghana, and even took some home to Liberia to get my tie-dye guy up to standard, because I was like, look, this is what they're doing in Ghana. If they're doing this in Ghana, you can do better here. And he really turned it up. And if you ask him, he'll tell you. He'll be like, yeah, no, I was doing dull colors. And Archel was like, turn it up. And ever since then, it's been on and popping. So Ghana really set a standard for me in a different way. The pros of working in Ghana: it is a very, very polite country to work in. Those Ghanaian people are some of the most polite people you'll ever come across. Everything is a kindly, can you this? Kindly this. Yes, madam. They treat you with respect. You can tell that Ghana is open for business. They are getting all of this tourism money in, and everybody is trying to get a piece, and they're doing a successful job of it. So Ghana is really open for business, and you can tell when it comes to the manufacturing and trade and things like that. The first con of working in Ghana is that it's expensive. Some of their bulk pricing feels like retail pricing. It's just very expensive just because of the strength of the cedi, I think. When I first bought that beautiful bag that went viral last summer, the Ghana cedi rate was 15 cedis to $1. By the time it had gone viral and I was taking orders, the Ghana cedi rate was 10 cedis to $1. So I lost a third of the profit that I had expected just because of the fluctuating currency exchange. So that can really be hard when you're trying to figure out your pricing, when you're trying to scale, and every dollar counts. Now, I will say they have some of the most innovative, Christy Brown is from Ghana, and that's who Beyonce wore. They have a lot of very innovative designers in Ghana. So for sure, it is a place that you want to go to if you're looking for that fashion forward. Plus, there's some of the most beautiful packaging. I'm talking shea products, handbags. Things just look, when I took my dad to Ghana one time and I was showing him some of the things I was buying, he was so impressed. He was like, wow, they're really doing it. They're really stepping it up here. I see that through and through with all the products every time I go visit. So that's really exciting. Third country that I source from is Kenya. So Kenya is, I think, the accessories capital. Cowrie shells, beaded work, beaded sandals specifically. They make a lot of really beautiful things in Kenya, but they stick with that traditional aesthetic. So where you're seeing more of the cutting edge high fashion looks from West Africa, I'm seeing just impeccably created traditional looks from Kenya. Some of the cowrie shell and beaded sandals that I buy in Ghana, I know they're coming from Kenya. They have manufacturing, they're growing their manufacturing, and it's all affordable and at a good price point for doing business. You really do have to come in with your own styles and your own designs if you want to up level, or if you want to speak to the contemporary audience globally, because a lot of it is very like Maasai and things that I wouldn't want to infringe upon. Sure, there are some beautiful beaded pieces that you can buy. Everything is not tribal, but I will say I see more of the cutting edge fashion back on the west side of Africa. Kenya was one of the earliest adopters of mobile money, so they really got an edge with the tech. I was ordering on WhatsApp. They had Etsy stores popping up. Just everything that West Africans are doing right now for business, the Kenyans kind of led the way with that. So that's really special as well. All right, my last country that I'm going to tell you about manufacturing and sourcing in is Nigeria. I am planning my trip for Nigeria in August. I'm really excited to go there and be boots on the ground in the manufacturing sense. I've been there just to enjoy, just to visit family and friends. But now I'm going to go to the state that makes the soft batik for the kaftans. I'm going to meet up with my coordinator, because I have a coordinator in each of these countries, so that they can just gather Bombchel things and we save on the freight shipping. See, these are tips and tricks nobody's going to tell you, but these are things that I can help you sort out myself. So in Nigeria, we have a shopper, and I'm going to connect with her because I think that there's something to the idea of building a company with people that you've met in person. I will say working in Nigeria is about what you would think it is. They are there's money flowing. I don't want to say they're wealthy. As a country, they're wealthy. They have tons of resources, right? There is money flowing through, and there is business to be done. A lot of the shops that I've worked with say they're open for wholesale. The problem is I'm not seeing the consistency that you could bet your brand on. And I think that if somebody wanted to truly do business from Nigeria, you would absolutely have to go there, set up shop, and make sure you pay attention. Now, the problem is, too, it seems like Nigeria is very relationship-based. So if you're one of them, you will kind of be able to get further along. And by one of them, I just mean somebody who lives in Nigeria. Maybe you have some sort of tribal affiliation. I don't, and I've been able to navigate just through Liberian contacts and family and friends, but I needed an in. Okay, so Nigeria is a tricky place if you don't necessarily have an in. I will say there are a few clothing designers that I had to literally beg to place the order. Like, hey, could you please send me fabric? Oh, we're out of it. And then they're not sending any, but you can get this, but you can get this. In Liberia, they would automatically be trying to sell you something because you're halfway in the door. Nigeria, I think they probably have so much money that they really do not care that much. I'm still navigating Nigeria. The fabrics are looking beautiful. And because Nigeria has the most Africans, right? The styles. If you are trying to do anything cutting edge with style, you really need to look to Nigeria as well, because we had the Met Gala and then they had an award ceremony where all the stars came out, and the costuming, the beading, everything. So if you're looking for that next level African clothing, that's the place to go. My birthday dress was fabulous. Everywhere I wore it. I'm going to tell you a secret. I wore it 2 days in a row because I was like, ain't nobody going to know. And this thing was so beautiful that I just could not see myself. And everywhere I went, people were like, okay, yes, queen, yes, queen. And I am a clothing designer, and I don't know that I've stopped traffic that way in a very long time. So there's something about Nigeria. They are doing it over there. Those are the 4 countries I'm sourcing in. If you want more information, if you want to go into depth, like which products should I be buying where, I also do sell a vendor list. You don't have to attend wholesale plug for me to let you know who I like and connect you with them on WhatsApp. If you're looking for a shopper or a coordinator in any of these countries, I can sell you any contact that you need in order to get to where I am, or hopefully beyond, right? But I will say that the continent is doing really big growth business. Most of the population is under the age of 40, and I think Africa is up next. So if you're not already doing business in Africa, you need to kind of sit down and be like, okay, well, what can I do on the continent for multiple reasons? You want to make money, and the way this government is looking in America, we might want to have our options all laid out, okay? That's all that I've got for you poolside today. I want to enjoy a little bit of sitting outside and having this cabana to myself. So if you have further questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you agree, disagree, whatever you feel, I'm down to talk about it. I do have a lot of experience in this, but I'm always open to growing and connecting with all of you. So of all the videos that I have posted, YouTube has selected a few for you to watch next. So I hope to see you on the next video. I love you. Bye.